Prince Handley coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure healing, miracle working love. I want to talk to you today about the fourth industrial revolution and new AI, the new artificial intelligence. Let me give you a description of what we're going to cover. Warning: what you're about to learn will challenge your intellect. It will also enlighten you to behind-the-scenes activity that is happening today and affecting your future. We will discuss the fourth industrial revolution, or IR-4, and why, unlike the previous three industrial revolutions, it will be dangerous. People can lose their rights, their jobs, their lives during and as a result of the fourth industrial revolution. Even more dangerous will be the result of our developing artificial intelligence that lives in cyberspace that we do not really understand. So let's talk about the fourth industrial revolution and new AI, the new artificial intelligence. The fourth industrial revolution will be more of a radical change than the first three, even though they were shockers in their inception and at their time. Civilization has journeyed the route and use of fire, agriculture, the wheel, electricity, mass production, synthetic chemicals, the internet, blockchain, self-driving cars, AI growing people in laboratories, and downloading our brains into computers. Let's examine the first three industrial revolutions, and then we'll see from whence we have journeyed. The first industrial revolution, IR-1. The first industrial revolution was marked by a transition from hand production methods to machines through the use of steam power and water power. The implementation of new technologies took a long time, so the period which this refers to was between 1700 and 1820. The second industrial revolution, or IR-2, the second industrial revolution, also known as the technological revolution, is the period between 1871 and 1914 that resulted from installations of extensive railroad and telegraph networks, as well as electricity. And these allowed for faster transfer of people and ideas, as well as increasing electrification allowed for factories to develop the modern production lines. And now let's discuss the third industrial revolution, or IR-3, also known as the digital revolution, occurred in the late 20th century. The production of the Z1 computer, which used binary and Boolean logic, was the beginning of more advanced digital developments, and also the next significant development in communication technologies, which was the supercomputer. So now let's talk about the fourth industrial revolution, or IR-4. The fourth industrial revolution is the trend towards automation and data exchange in manufacturing technologies and processes, which include cyber-physical systems, or CPS. It includes IoT, or the Industrial Internet of Things, cloud computing, cognitive computing, and artificial intelligence. The combination of machine learning and computational power allows machines to carry out highly complicated tasks, also in cooperation with smart factories. Note, computerization and digitalization were building blocks leading us to IR 4.0. The smart factory is no longer a vision. While different model factories represent the feasible, many enterprises already clarify with examples practically how the smart factory functions. The technical foundations on which the smart factory, or the intelligent factory, is based are cyber-physical systems that communicate with each other using the Internet of Things and services. An important part of this process is the exchange of data between the product and the production line. This enables a much more efficient connection of the supply chain and better organization within any production environment. Within modular structured smart factories, cyber physical systems monitor physical processes, create a virtual copy of the physical world, and make decentralized decisions. So, what does this mean to us? Artificial intelligence has brought us a long way. However, AI may take us too far. The danger zone is when it will be able to think on the same level as a human. So, to help us develop a construct upon which to investigate, let's examine the three different types of AI. The first we'll talk about is artificial intelligence, or weak AI, or otherwise called ANI, narrow intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a computer system that can perform complex tasks that would otherwise require human minds, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between languages. The majority of these machines rely on deep learning and programming, which helps teach them to process vast amounts of data to recognize patterns and carry out actions. It is essentially recreating the human mind in machine form, similar to what is being carried out in smart factories today, as well as other areas of processing and biodevelopment. Artificial intelligence works on a supervised learning system where various sets of data are provided to the machines to learn from examples. This helps AI to classify objects or to predict the results. AI performs intelligent tasks, but its reach is very narrow and limited as it can only provide an outcome that's already programmed or pre-programmed within it. It cannot make unpredictable decisions on its own, like a human brain can. It is also referred to as narrow AI, or ANI, or weak AI. This type of artificial intelligence is one that focuses primarily on one single narrow task with a limited range of abilities. If you think of an example of AI that exists in our lives right now, it's ANI. Now let's talk about AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, or the true, real intelligence. AGI technology would be on the level of a human mind. Due to this fact, it will probably be some time before we truly grasp AGI, as we still don't know all there is to know about the human brain itself. However, in concept at least, AGI would be able to think on the same level as a human, much like Sonny the Robot in the film I, Robot featuring Will Smith. Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI, on the contrary, is the intelligence of a machine that could perform all the intellectual tasks performed by human beings. It possesses the ability to analyze a situation on its own and take a calculative decision like humans can, without having to be programmed in advance. We're actually nearing that in some of our smart factories. As I noted previously, within modular structured smart factories, cyber physical systems monitor physical processes and create a virtual copy of the physical world and make decentralized decisions. So now let's talk about ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. This is where it gets a little theoretical and a touch scary. ASI refers to AI technology that will match and then surpass the human mind. To be classed as an ASI, the technology would have to be more capable. Did you hear that? More capable than a human in every single way possible. Not only could these AI things carry out tasks, but they could even be capable of having emotions and relationships. I want you to notice this. The evolution from AGI to ASI would in theory be much faster than it is taking us to get from ANI to AGI right now, since AGI would allow computers to think and exponentially improve themselves once they're able to really learn from experience and by trial and error. If a transition to ASI ever happens, the exponential growth that is in theory expected to occur at this point is often called an intelligence explosion or singularity. Note this: we should ensure a safe and ethical functioning of AI in all fields and make it a priority in further development. However, once systems start thinking on their own with no personal knowledge of God, what are the limits? So, how does this apply to new global governance? The future global leader, the Antichrist or the false Messiah, along with his false prophet, would demand the populace to take a digital mark on their right hands or forehead that will connect them with a smart system, without which they can neither buy nor sell. So let me ask you, are you ready for this, the following? Number one, brain modification allowing receptors to gain access to or receive messages from paranormal or satanic occult sources. Number two, downloading via the transfer of artificial intelligence information through brain machine interfacing or BMI, a desire for the mark of the beast. Number three, corrupted spermatozoa which could fertilize an ovum producing a hybrid being, a non-human life form, or an other than normal human life form. Number four, receiving fallen, demonically anointed influence via psychoneural pathways. So, my friend, let's summarize. I have alerted you to what the new global governance leader, the Antichrist, the false Messiah, will use in the end times. You need to teach and prepare your children and grandchildren about what is and what will be happening. Make sure that you and your progeny are prepared for heaven. And I put a link in the show notes of the podcast to tell you how you can know for sure. This has been your friend, Prince Handley, coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure healing, miracle-working love. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai.